Right now, we're going to go into the most basic form of an escape on bottom, which is a stand-up. And there's many different types of stand-ups. There's many different ways to do this. The one that we're going to go over is just simply getting up to your feet and making a cut. Now, there's a couple different ways that we teach this, and a lot of coaches will tell their kids to explode off the bottom. I don't actually think it's a good idea to explode off the bottom. What tends to happen is when kids start to stand up, they're lifting this leg up and this arm is coming up. Usually the opponent's set on this side. When I start to come up right here and this opponent starts pulling down before this leg comes up and makes a foundation for you, a support system, is they start chopping on that arm, and what tends to happen is kids get pulled down to their face like this. So everyone always screams first move, and I understand the point. You do. You want to get out on bottom. You don't want to let them dictate what's going on. But at the same time, you can't explode up and while sacrificing your face being put in the mat. Now, if you are a wrestler that is extremely explosive and you have the ability to get up to your feet and get your hips in front of you before that wrestler can chop you, it's a completely different story. But anyways, we're right here. The basic forms of the stand-up, basic steps to it is I'm going to step up with this outside leg right here, and we're going to say he's on this side, so my outside leg would be the one closer to the wall, and I'm going to step that up as I grab his hands, and my other hand's coming up ready to block. The next step is stepping up with my outside foot, and now I'm driving into him. Now right here, I want to be driving back. I want to be driving back, I want to keep my chest back. What I don't want to do is allow him to collapse my chest, and I don't want to stand up straight. If I stand up straight, I'm vulnerable to mat returns, and if I'm bent over at the waist, I'm vulnerable to being chopped forward and hitting the ground right here. Now when I'm driving back, he's supporting my weight right here. If he were to pull me back, I could turn this into a hip heist, and I could just cut and face him real quick. So we're here. My feet are staggered. My feet are not even like this pushing back into him. I will get pulled back in that situation, and you can't hip heist unless one leg is forward, at least not well. So I have one leg forward, one leg back. I'm driving in. I'm trying to control his hands, and I'm trying to push his hands down. I don't want to let him make a lock right here. It's going to make it harder to get out. I'm going to grab those fingers. I'm going to push them down. This front leg stays forward. The back leg is going to go underneath right here. And as I do that, I'm going to cut down with this hand below his body. A lot of kids like to come up above the body. That's a way to get double legged. It's a way to get re-mat returned. I want to get my hips down and away. If my arm's up here, my hips stay up. If my arm cuts down, my hips drive away, and I face my opponent. So we're right here. I step up. I grab the wrist, I step up again, and now I'm driving into him. I attack that hand, I put it down, I start to cut, that leg pulls through, and now I'm facing him and I'm in my stance. If you have an opponent that pulls you back as you start to stand up, you turn it into a hip heist, which is covered in another video. It goes over the basics and the fundamentals of the hip heist. So if that were to occur, I would step up, boom, boom, he pulls me back, and I'm going to hip heist and turn into him and face him. If he pressures forward, I'm driving back. If he pulls back, I'm hip heisting, and that's the basics of the stand-up.